we just have the saw running here now, and only with one oscillator. I'm going to move that slider between the mixer of 1 and 2 and choose a different oscillator on the second oscillator. Sorry, a different waveform on the second oscillator. Okay, so I've just mixed these two oscillators. I've added a bit of FM between them. We've got a saw and a triangle. Yep, so after that, over here you have the mod matrix. This is probably what I like most about this this plugin, that it's so easy to map stuff. So the LFO1, I'm just going to map to the global pitch. Here we have the LFO1. Let me just put it into a saw down shape. Here's the mix of the LFO onto the global pitch. So there we have like another sort of vibrato, almost like an FM sort of effect, because I have the rate so high and the mix is very low. Yeah, and then I'll sort of just play with the parameters, maybe change the shape of the LFOs. And yeah, I'm constantly just clicking on stuff, trying to listen for cool sounds. Yeah, I like to just kind of be in more of a explore mode when I'm making stuff. Just trying to look for something that's going to please my ears. And when I like it enough, I'll record it. That's basically my methodology for making sounds. Yeah, that sounds quite cool. Now the LFO2, I'm also going to map to the global pitch. Put it on a saw up. So this is going to create this whole sort of sweep. I have the rate quite low. So everything that's happening up to this stage is now going to be affected by this LFO. So now as it's going up and down, I'm playing with the rate of the first LFO. I think sounds quite interesting. It's currently on square. I'm moving it over to saw up. Yeah, I've just clicked sync on the actual yes, this syncs the FM. Instead of it just being like randomly out of phase, it's actually syncing them together. Cool. Yeah, I use this sort of sound a lot. It's just a general sweep, and as I'm recording it, I'm going to keep changing it. It's not like I'm going to make a recording just for this one sound. That seems like way too much effort and work just to have a recording and one channel dedicated to this one sound. So what I like to do is I like to make super long recordings, and that way as I'm starting to edit and choose sounds, I just have like a whole bunch of different variants of a similar sound to choose from. And throughout the track, I can keep adding a new one. And instead of having to go down to different channels, I can just hold on the audio and slide through and just look for different sounds which I like. So I don't normally have tons of channels of sounds. I'll normally maybe have just of the sounds, like I'm going to start creating now. It depends, but maybe like 16, 17. But within each one of those channels, there's probably going to be a 2-minute recording, so yeah, that just makes things more efficient, that I can see everything at once, and it's just like an ease of sort of workflow. So anyways, enough babbling on. I'm just going to start recording this sound.